So, Jamie, you are incredibly prolific. How do you get yourself inspired? What inspires you?
People, actually, people,
Hmm.
conversations. It's the craziest thing. It all started for me well, I watched people around me, teens struggling with issues. I'd struggled with similar issues. You know, we all have familiar things, but I'd overcome the issues that I was seeing kids struggle with. And I was a new dad, so I know my kids are probably going to be challenged with these things. And so I wanted to create something that would help kids without encroaching, without preaching, without um, to help navigate them and help them discover the right kind of path. That was the first initial thing. And then it's just getting to know folks. So many of my characters that started as comic books are actually based on real life famous people that I got to know online or in person. And they were inspiring, having a brilliant conversation that sparks ideas, get you asking questions. And hey, I could put a unique twist on this. So it's for me, it's people.
So it's really all about that human interaction. Do you find so it's really talking to people rather than watching them, I guess?
No, both, because I'm a before I was a professional illustrator, I was a cartoonist. So there's a little sarcastic man in my brain that I keep in the back closet, and every once in a while he pokes out, and he's like, like someone says, oh, you have such wonderful children. They're so well behaved. I say, yes, yes, I take them everywhere. They always find their way home, but I do take them everywhere. It's those kinds of things. So
Amazing. So, what do you do when you're searching for inspiration? What's your method?
hmm, gosh, I actually haven't been asked that before. Um, I usually just have a question of something that I want to solve. Because think of any good book that you read, it has to do with conflict. There has to be conflict for your story to really go anywhere. So it's usually trying to solve something or have a question about something that creates a conflict, and I'm trying to solve that. So, gosh, I've never been asked that before.
I'm
I,
so
I, I
proud to have stumped you, Jamie, because you're very knowledgeable and you're gregarious and you're very quick to answer. So I'm kind of proud that I managed to stump you. So you'd say that's your process then when you start with something new and when you're thinking, what's my next thing? The question on your lips is always, where is the conflict?
well, no, if I'm going to start a project, let's say I'm going to start a book. Actually, if it's an actual book, what I always start with is I start with asking myself the question, how do I want the person, the reader, to feel and think when they walk away from my story?
Hmm.
So I want to know the end result of how I want to help make or encourage that person to feel and think. And then from there, I will create the ending that will cause that or help cause that. And then I work backwards from there to the beginning of the book.
Nice, nice. I like that because I myself am a plotter. Anyone who has tuned into these shows regularly knows that I am always lauding the wonders of plotting things. And what I'll often say is plot the beginning and the end, and then figure out the middle, and then you're ready. But it's very interesting to me and actually very pleasing to me that you start with essentially, I don't want to say user experience, but reader experience, I guess. What do
Mm-hmm.
you want them to take away? What is the ending that serves that? And then how do we get there?
Yeah. Well, because if you think about it and take the ending that you have engineered and crafted to create those emotions and to create those thoughts and feelings in a reader, it it kind of it kind of plots itself, because you're going to have to do certain things to get to that end result. So if you design and you write that end result, it pretty much puts a very specific set of walls around all the way back to the beginning. So I would agree with you completely. I think for me, because I know my character so well, I don't worry about the middle part. I do the ending, create a nice jump start in the beginning, and the characters tell me exactly how they're going to resolve it in the middle. So we're good.
Interesting.